Well, here's today my old school retro arcade Pandora's box. And I actually purchased this. This is my first Pandora's box before I had purchased the Neo Design Pandora's box and Street Fighter 5 Pandora's box. And I love this thing a lot because why? Because it's just like original arcade game controller. And the thing is, these motherboards, like these arcade boards was out when I like the new design. Whoever invented this, man, thank you. Whoever invented, I don't care if it's a woman or a man who invented this. I love the Pandora's box design. And I'm so grateful and thankful whoever created this. Thank you. You made my dream come true. Um, the reason why I chose it because it had retro on it because that's the name that I have, 80 Retro Kid. That's what the name came from because I played the arcade games in my retro years. You know, that's all I did, putting them quarters in. Talking about I put so many quarters in that I got broke putting them quarters in. Man, coming out, with a full pocket full of quarters and dollars and then end up walking out of the arcade empty handed. No, not like these days today that they got this digital, downloadable stuff that they have today that you turn around and then use your mother or father credit card running their credit cards and stuff up like that. Back in our day, we had to use our own quarters. We had to turn around and work at golf courts and stuff like that, hustle to able to, play a video game, because I didn't grew up wealthy, but, coming up. But today, I love how they design this, and they design for people like me, to able to play it. I have the Space Invader stickers and stuff like that. I just went old school, just put the stickers and stuff like that on it myself. And, Space Invader came out, I think in 79 or something like that. It came out late, 78, between 78 or 79. People know it. And I turn around and then just put letters on my control and stuff like that. I love this Pandora's box a lot. This is my first one. It looked cheap, so that's why I got all this stuff on, but this is my first, design Pandora's box. And I had turned around and changed the knobs and stuff like that on it, the control knobs and stuff like that. I got one for my Neo Geo, black and red, for my control, stuff like that. But I have a hard time taking the gumball off. So I just leave the black gumballs on there. I do that some other time. But I love it, man. And man, this is a dream that came true for me when I was a youngster in the 80s. You know, I I couldn't afford video games at that time, very poor. But now I actually have this thing in my living room. I'm working. I'm grateful and thankful God for that. And I able to afford one. And I, this is what the motherboard, like when you look what games you get on it. It's a lot of games, but I just enjoyed the time playing games on there. So many, but I had changed the motherboard inside of it because the motherboard that I had, didn't work that well. So I turned around and changed it for a better motherboard. But firing the buttons and stuff like that, it worked very well. So I don't have that problem with this thing. So this is the real reason that my name is called 80 Retro Kid, because I'm an 80 kid, that came up in the 80s. I was born in the 70s, but I came up in the 80s to enjoy arcade goodness when I was a kid. I always used to go to the arcade room all the time and put my quarters in, earn quarters. Not just using my parents, because credit card wasn't popular back then in the age that you had to turn around and then plus you didn't have PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo out, or you had this online stuff out, what they call like them games called Fortnite and all this old type of stuff that kids steal their parents' credit cards and then run their parents' credit cards up. No, I had actually had to work for quarters. I actually had to go to golf course and everything else to go out there and catching balls when dude them hitting the balls across the field. I had to go out there and catch the ball, or just turn around and then work little side jobs to get quarters to play the arcade games back in the 80s. So, back, struggling was hard back then. Now today, it's not like that. Now I'm actually working and winning my way to get what I need to, stuff I want to play and do. But hey, there you have it. My name is Todd Smith. You all have a wonderful day. God bless.